The God Hand USA album just dropped. This album is fire in more ways than one. It's a great dive into what they do best. It's called God Hand Volume 2. And as you can see from the cover art, it's slightly hell themed. I started listening to it last night. It was great. The producing on this was absolutely amazing. It has Gort, James Gorsica, Calder, and a lot more. I first listened to this album last night right when I went to bed, and it was actually fire. It also has some really cool themes. It starts off with them in a show setting on their first song, and throughout the entire thing, they maintain a radio vibe. Especially in the song How You Ain't Got No Gun, it really seems like they're gearing up for a GTA radio station. My first impressions of the album was pretty good. I really fuck with the intro. Something cool about this album is the connection to real life events right now. There's a song called Indigenous Immigrants, and it's sandwiched by two songs that are hell themed, which is kind of poignant considering all the themes of those topics. Indigenous immigrant has very obvious like political statements in it. When you think about the word like indigenous immigrant, it's an oxymoron, but it really calls attention like what he's trying to point out in the song. That song is surrounded by two songs, Living Life Feels Like Hell and The World is a Living Hell, two songs that are named pretty similar, being right before and after that song, which is a pretty interesting statement. You could probably take it as like a political statement, or you could just take it as maybe the world in general. Basically, I'm just saying there's a lot of pessimism. My friend really likes the beat. I do too. On my first listen, I wasn't like the biggest fan of it, surprisingly. But after a few listens, I really got attached to the chorus. Another cool thing this album really adds is the mystique to the God Hand brand. You don't really know what religion they're talking about. They don't ever mention one. The God that they're referencing in like any of the songs could be any God. And when they mention things like hell and the fact that, you know, to be a Christian to be good, all stuff that's really interesting to me and adds to like the mystery. The fact that they're masked and most people don't even know who they are really also adds to that. This album in the past few months really just shows to me how like really good at imaging they are. Like I really love all the packaging that goes along with God Hand, and I think these guys do it so well. The first half of the album is really hype and fast, and the second half is pretty chill. I really like the beats on this. Everything is solid. I don't know how they coordinate all these producers, but it's really fucking good. I also really like Yahoo. I like Pockets Fulla, Indigenous Immigrant, and Give Praise to the Hand. Pockets Fulla has a really sick beat. Like a week ago, Gort produced a song with his Brokey Black and Teenage Disaster, and goddamn, his producing is so good, dude. If you haven't checked out that song, you should also check that one out. Overall, this album is really good, and you should check it out. And also let me know if you like this style of video. Check out my Instagram too if you're interested.